I don't know. Last time, I felt awful for Denji because he had to deal with Asa. And now we have another chapter of that. I'm so scared for Denji. Thank you to our final patrons, Strawbones, Redwolf4765, and a Midnight Gemlord. Now, if you come to this breakdown and live reaction to chapter 114 of Chainsaw Man, please, if you're on this chapter, in the comment section down below, leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, make sure you hit that little notification bell so you miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Also, I do have a Patreon down below. You can support for as low as $1 a month. You'll exclusive videos, early content, and more. You can also become a member of the channel for as low as $3 a month to get the same perks and more. Now, let's hop into the live reaction. What's up, guys? I'm the Pencil here. Here we are to do a live reaction to chapter 114 of Chainsaw Man, which is known as Endless Aquarium. And I really hope it isn't, because I'm not sure how much I can take of Asa. But regardless, let's hop right into it. Editing me. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Greetings. I do, in fact, have it on me. Well, let's see if this chapter is worthy. I think it will be. You know, we are reading Peaksaw Man right now, so, you know, it usually end up being worthy, but let's not get too hasty. Let's figure it out right now. So these are just walking. Like, just chilling. And I wonder, right, like, this has got to be different from the hotel, right? Because the hotel was like, it didn't have a lot of water in it. So like, is the ED just like consistently replicating water? Hold on, let me write my position. But is the ED just like continuously running water or looping it? Like, I wonder how this space manipulation works on this level. Because I get it, it's the eternity one. So obviously it's going to last for eternity. But at the same time, it's like, how though? Like, is it just constantly spitting? Is that the water? What about the fish? Like, is it replicating the fish too? Or are they just stuck in the loop too? Like, how sentient are fish? But regardless, let's see. How long is this hallway? It must have walked 100 meters. How long is 100 meters? Is that a kilometer? I thought yes, as you can tell, I'm filthy. But am I stupid? It's 1,000 meters. So they haven't even walked a kilometer yet. I don't think. I'm gonna stay stupid. Y'all correct me in the comments. Let's see. It was about 100 meters. I told you it's the eternity D thing. The eternal D thing. Oh, shut up. You aren't even a hunter. Quit making things up. See, like, when I try to sub out the word, it's like I'm talking about Hunter x Hunter. Let's see. Hey, I know more about who knows yeah. What is it? How does that State Farm commercial go? We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two. And Denji has most certainly seen a thing or two. I know about more than you think. Well, I know more. I'm in the Asa. Ain't you just getting indoctrinated like yesterday? If that, like how long? How many of you hunted? Quantifiably. Run me the numbers. Run me the stats. Run me the calcs. Run me the calcs real quick. How many of you hunted? You got Clucky? You got Yoru? Not Yoru. Yoru's in. That sounds bad. Yoru's in you, so she doesn't even count. You got Yuko. Why are there so many Y's? There are two, but there are so many because my brain is like this big. But regardless, you barely count. Especially the kind of numbers Denji has racked up, and of course you don't know that. You don't know that at all. But like, I'd put you two on pretty much the same footing, based on general knowledge. I'm just saying. I would trust him. I would trust him if he knows how to repurpose cigarettes like he does. He probably knows a thing or two about the underworld. Let's see. It's true. She does know. Oh, well, that makes sense, because Famine was here. So did they just not notice her teleporting? Like, because, like, Famine is weird. Her abilities are strange. And, like, to be fair, Makima's abilities were kind of strange. But were they though? I can like kind of justify all of Makima's abilities under control. Like, if that's what she represented, every one of her abilities beneath that kind of worked. The only weird ones were like when she would use someone else to say someone else's name and then they would perish when they, I guess it was like a linking thing. And we know names have a lot of power in Chainsaw Man. So controlling the name of somebody through somebody else, it still kind of falls under control. But I don't get how teleporting equals famine. Like, I guess you're vacating yourself from a spot and moving yourself to another spot. So like a vacant stomach because you're starving. I don't know, because she's legitimately like teleporting and appearing in this. Like, she took Yoru. How? Where? Why? But like, I just don't know. I legitimately don't know. like I'm trying to think, like, how does that fit under famine? Like, straight. I'm legit straight. This is so stupid, but I'm trying to quantify it in my head. Like, how? Yeah, I got nothing. I don't know. I'm guessing it's just like a vacancy thing. Like, she can just move space because she can, I suppose. It was interesting. Like, y'all aren't even commenting, and she's not even there. But hey, it's true. She does know more. Does she really? In fact, you just indoctrinated her yesterday. She doesn't know anything. Hey, what a coincidence running into you here. Who are you? The DHC? That's an acronym from something else. That's an acronym for something. DHC. I'm not the DTC. Or the DTD, the door to dart. What is that an acronym? This is why I shouldn't record early. My brain is running on 2% efficiency. Who are you? What a dirty mouth. Alright, if you want to know, I can answer that. I am the DHC president / student council president. Haruka. Well, that may be his last name. That is probably his last name. Because, like, my brain went Haruka, Pokemon, May. So that was weird. Hey, Denji. Yoshida? Oh, I guess that makes sense. He's undercover. Probably. It's another coincidence. I just felt like looking at the fish today, so I came to the aquarium. Next thing I know, we've been trapped by a nasty D. It's like saying Buggy Boy in all my record of riding around reviews. I think I'm just gonna keep mentioning D, and that's just gonna be the running thing. Let's see. President, that's him. You know what I mean? Hirofumi Yoshida, the guy who went from civilian DH, civilian double D, to public safety DH while still in high school. That's pretty impressive. In a world where you gotta be hunting them. That's pretty impressive. I don't lie. Curiouser and curiouser. Well, hold on, let me what voice would this guy have? He seems proud. Well, I am the Devil Hunter Club president / student council. I already said that. Look, I can't say consistent, but council president Haruka. I knew it. We're trapped. This isn't. Oh. Well, color me surprised. Is that who I think it is? Is that who I think it is? Nah, that's not who I think it is. Hold on. Is that her? That's crazy. I would think, well, to be fair, I'm recording this the day after the chapter came out, so maybe I just didn't spend enough time on social media, but I figured if this is who I think it is, the internet would have exploded, especially after the debacle. Some of y'all manga readers, like, and note, I'm a manga man myself. Don't get me wrong. But, like, y'all did not have to do that. They didn't know. All of you who just straight spoiled all of Chainsaw Man. Because they didn't like a character who did not have any likability at that point. Come on now. Really? That's like me spoiling all of Dragon Ball. Well, see, that's the thing. Dragon Ball's so old. Like, that's like cultural consciousness at this point. Like, straight up. Like, it's kind of like, I'd say anything over 30 years old that had like a decent amount of relevance is pretty much just free reign in terms of like spoiling. That's why I'm spoiling all of Hunter x Hunter now. But like, it's just because so much has already been discussed and brought in. Like, we use Dragon Ball as a medium of comparison now. Like, we barely, like, honestly, we talk about it as a series because of, like, Super and stuff like that. Like, it's still an ongoing narrative. But, like, Dragon Ball Z, original Dragon Ball, even Dragon Ball GT, it's kind of like, you don't really spoil those. You kind of just hear those nowadays. And just because of how prevalent they are and, like, how commonly they're used as the father of shonen and stuff like that. Like, it's like, do you really spoil Naruto for people? I guess Naruto doesn't fall within a 30-year gap. But I don't know. I feel like Naruto is also something that's just become so much of the cultural consciousness that, like, everyone knows who Pain is. Everyone knows who Naruto is, Sasuke. Kaguya, maybe not. But a lot of people know Madara. Like, there's some things that just kind of just liquidate into the area. I've gotten off track. Is this Kobeni? How do you pronounce the name? Kobeni? I'm not sure. I feel like it's Kobeni. I know all the Kobeni fans are going to slaughter me in the comments. But once again, color me surprised. It makes it... Does she have the mole? Or is that... See, where's my Googler? I've gotten the Googler. I just need to double check this. I'm gonna check two things too. How many meters make up a kilometer? I'm pretty sure it's 1,000. But I'm just... Hold on. Look how professional I am. But give me a second. How many meters make up a kilometer? All right, it is 1,000. I do remember that. So yeah, walking 100 meters ain't that bad. In fact, what the heck? Like, I guess for a hallway, it's pretty bad. But like, I ran the 100 meters in like 12 seconds. It's not that hard. But let's see. Kobeni. Let me see. Where is the mole? I feel like it's... Oh, yeah, there is a mole on her. Oh, but not in the manga, seemingly. Oh, no, it's there. Maybe it's just not... So maybe this is her sister or something? I don't know. Because I don't see the trade... But then again, the two... Yeah, but they're drawn weird here. Like, the two dot... I don't know. I'm looking at the Kobeni... Nendoroid? Yeah, the dots are on this part, or let's see, it's facing this way. So, like, essentially her dots are on the opposite side of her face. They aren't meant to be there. So is that not? Or is that just, like, a misdraw? I'm legitimately not sure. The only reason I even think it is her is just because of the pins and the crying and the hounds are going crazy. But the only reason I think it is her is because of the hairpins, obviously. I think people were even talking about how when Asa put in a hairpin, it was a reference to her. And also the crying and snotting and doing things because her family said so. That's it. But then again, that misdraw there makes me think it may not be her. But at the same time, I'm not sure. Let's see. I've been stuck here so long, they probably say it. Mom made me. This place to get a lot of demon activity, so we're on patrol here. You guys must know that too. A demon's power is making this hallway go on forever. It looks like there's no way out unless outside help arrives or we slaughter the D. You guys see D anywhere? No. You aren't leaving this aquarium until you can turn denji into a weapon. So, I suppose it makes sense. Like, Makima had control over lesser ones and could just straight up overpower them with enough, like, prep time. So, I guess it makes sense that Famine, someone who's likely even older, I mean, well, it depends. Who is the oldest? Is Control the oldest? Who? Because now she's the youngest because she reincarnated through... I forget. Nayuta. There we go. She reincarnated through Nayuta. So she's the youngest now. But, like, I mean, technically, you could argue she still isn't. Because Yoru literally just spawned in. Like, however long ago the series started. Nayuta's been around for long enough. She's aged a bit. Then again, that's good. Sorry, I'm so heavily in speculation. I'm only 15 minutes in the video and only 4 pages in. Let's see. You see the D everywhere? Do you see D everywhere? No, but you aren't leaving this aquarium. So she... Okay. But, like, once again, I don't think that'll work. And I understand Yoru not knowing that Denji is Chainsaw Man. I know that. I can get that. But Famine not knowing that? Why wouldn't she? Especially since she seems to be, like, at least if I had to say, I wouldn't think Famine is in like a cohabilitation relationship with her host body like Yoru and Asa are. I figure she's more like a Makima. Like, Makima didn't have any other personality that we saw. Like, her eyes essentially never left the spiral state. Meanwhile, Asa and Yoru can switch back and forth. I don't think that's the case for Famine. So Famine should be around for a decently long time and should at least know that. I would think, but I guess maybe it was a well enough kept secret. Like, yeah, we had the whole arc about keeping Denji's identity a secret, so I suppose it makes sense. But still, like, does that mean they're just never leaving? Because I still don't think Pochita would be like, oh yeah, sure, weapon time. Like, he turns Denji into a weapon, but I don't think he'd allow the union of them to become a weapon. I just don't think it's in the cards. But let's see. My name, he finally got it out. My name is Haruka Hisemi. As D Hunter, as DHC president, I ask you to obey my orders in this situation. From this point on, we have 2 goals: exterminate the D and survive. Oh yeah, he's Chainsaw Man. As long as I do as he says, then maybe I can get out of here without turning Denji into him. Like, if I can actually slaughter him, I won't need to turn anyone into a weapon. I can get my body back with Yoru causing trouble to many more people. Do you really? Like, does she really think Yoru will just leave? I wouldn't. I would tell you I would. But, like, there's no binding vow. Well, you can make contracts. So maybe technically she has a contract with Yoru. I need to double check that. But I don't think she even knows that. So I highly doubt that. Like, if I was Yoru, I'd say, oh yeah, I'll leave. And then once I do it, I'm like, oh, you want me to leave? We didn't make a contract over that. We aren't in JJK. We don't have a binding vow. What makes you think I'm going anywhere? This body's mine. Like, there's no reason for me to just de-incarnate. You're stuck with me. Or I'm stuck with you, but in this case, like, with how powerful Yoru should be, you're stuck with me. Let's see, I can get my body back without causing trouble. Then again, there's no way I can slaughter him on my own. Can I really turn Denji into a weapon, though? Oh, Denji just doesn't care. Like everyone's in their own little worlds. Like, this knockoff Kobeni is freaky deacon anywhere and everywhere. He's trying to give orders. Denji doesn't care. She's in her own head about, like, no one's working. The only person who may be listening is this dude, the guy who has a similar eye patch to Yumeno. Oh, well, I guess not. Is she okay? I don't know. Gonna love the hardworking single father. Oh, going for a stroll. Oh, yeah. So we're essentially I mean, it's not rehashing, but it's kind of rehashing what we did in the previous part. Like, it's weird to say series because this technically is just continuation. Like, it's a part 2, but it's not a separate series. It's not like then again, Dragon Ball was never a separate series either. So yeah. Yep, because they're going to the floor, finding it all the same, walking along, finding it all the same. Oh, they found a rest spot. Lucky the aquarium's had this room. Must be an employee lounge or something. There's drinking water in the fridge, and more water in the identical fridge, and the identical lounge 20 meters down the hall. What about food, though? Like, well, the human body can go 2-3 weeks without food, but only 3 days without water, so they'll be fine. For a while, as long as they chill out. In other words, if we keep moving from lounge to lounge, we'll never get thirsty. But we need food. We'll starve to death. I mean, yeah. You found a room connected to the fish tanks. It took the fish. Now that is ingenuity. So maybe this isn't Kobeni, but a younger sibling. This may be Kobeni's little brother. Because that would explain the different marks instead of it being Kobeni herself. We found a room connected to the fish tank. They took some fish from it. If we cook them, we should have enough fast food to last us a while. Yeah. And you can kind of just repeat that infinitely. So you can live there. I have some fire. The boys make me light their cigarettes, so I carry a lighter. I was always lucky enough to be tall enough that I was never bullied. So bless my parents and their genetics for making me. But geez, man, this kind of sucks. I mean, it's convenient in this scenario that they have a lighter, but wow. We can start a fire big enough to cook fish using the lounge's newspaper as kindling. All right, solves a problem. I can't eat fish. I swear, if she says she just doesn't like fish, I'm drawing the blade for a different reason. No, I'm kidding. I can't eat fish. Why not? Are you allergic? Fish just looks... Yo. 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 What? What? What in the... What in the... Nah, dog. Nah, dog. Like, I don't, like... What's something... That's the thing. I eat pretty much anything. But hypothetically, right? I don't like chocolate. I don't know. It's just... It's not a... I'll eat it, but it's not a preferred food of mine. But that's the thing. I'll eat it. I don't care how much I would prefer something else. In a life or death scenario, I'm going to eat the chocolate. So, like... I'm not going to. This look summates how I feel perfectly. Like the side look up. It's just pure judgment. It's the same way. Like wow. Also, just a living, breathing, undying L as an individual. Like I never thought I would think Denji is less of an L than another individual as a main character, but then I met Asa. Well, we're gonna take a quick look outside at the fish that look like dead animals. Let's say, oh, Denji just strolling. What are you doing? Nothing. Why'd you make a noise like I caught you red-handed? There's 100 yen in a bag on the ground. I was picking it up. See, like, the thing is, I don't even feel bad. Like, knowing Denji is a single father abates him of all his crimes. He's got to pay the bills. He's got to pay the bill, which is weird, but he's got to pay the bills. I wonder, what's his name? He just got introduced in the anime about a week ago, I think. This is what happened when you read Chainsaw Man at like 5 speed, which is, I didn't do that, but like once again, I always do it like this. Like you see a chicken nugget, that's Chainsaw Man, and instead of like dipping it in sauce, taking a bite out of it, dipping it in sauce again, taking another bite out of it, like where I straight covered the whole thing in sauce. And that was my Chainsaw Man experience. So I'm going to consistently forget characters' thing. I need to reread it for like the 6th time now. But the mentor. I just absolutely forget. I have the Googler right next to me. I should just Google it. But out of stubbornness, I will not. But let's see. But why'd you make a noise like I caught you? I was picking it up. That's theft. You're a thief. Who? The bag was on the floor. Is that bad? Is that really theft? If the bag is on the floor, is it really theft? Like, when you pick up I'm not sure how much 1,000... No, I refuse to use a Googler. But, like, I'm not sure how much 1,000 yen is. But, like, if you found $20 on the street and you pick it up and take it, is that really theft? I get it. Here's the difference. If you find a wallet on the ground and you open it up and you see an ID and it's full of money and you take it anyway, then I'd say that's theft. Because, like, you have a person you could hypothetically return it to. But if it's just like a stray bill in a plastic bag, you know, I don't think that counts. I don't think you're morally culpable for that. Morals with pencil. If you see money on the ground, take it. Especially if you're a struggling single father trying to feed a whole bunch of dogs and a single daughter. Except you're a thief. It's finders keepers. It's my money. I'm not handing it over to anybody. You're the only one who isn't helping out. Asa? Now is not the time to be passing blame. Now is not the time to be passing blame. He's being productive. What have you done other than declare you don't like fish? Let's see. What'd you do to help then? The crazy thing is she doesn't have an answer. Like, it may just because I'm like previously biased towards Denji, but I literally just don't feel bad for Asa. Maybe she deserves to be stuck here. Maybe this is her fate. She deserves eternity. Let's see. What? What deep, intelligent conversation and writing. Oh, I never noticed this, but I like the differences in their fonts. And he's gone. What's wrong with him? I went on a date with him and he acts like that. Also, it's not worth it. It's not worth. Like, you ever just meet that person where you're like, wow, I would have been genuinely better if I never interacted. My life would be like 2% better if I just never met you. That's what Asa feels like right now. Like, hypothetically, if I was in Denji's position, I'd be like, wow, I made a mistake. I made numerous compounding mistakes, all in my hunt for a mother. And due to that, I must now suffer for no reason. Maybe I should turn him into a weapon. Well, right, Yoru? Oh, she's become dependent on her. That's sad. Like, that's the thing, right? It really depends. Like, if you had to cohabitate one body with, I wouldn't like that. In general, like, even if it was someone as, like, it was the chillest person ever, the fact that they could just randomly take over my body and have in the past, I would not want to grow reliant on them. I probably would. This is probably a reflexive action, just because you were used to sharing a body with someone, having an entirely separate conscious with you at all times. So I don't blame Asa for reacting like this, but I wouldn't like that. I don't know. Even if I didn't have to share a body, like say I had to share an appearance with a clone or something like that, I wouldn't like that. I don't want a clone of me. Unless it's like a shadow clone, which I can just dispel immediately. I wouldn't want another individual in my head, in my body, or with my face and body. I don't know. It's just not fun. I wouldn't like that. It seems unsettling. But you see, Asa's used to her, which I'm not sure if that's a good thing for you or a bad thing for you. Well, no, it's obviously a good thing, because that means when Hiro goes to leave, if she really does leave, then Asa may be sad, and or when Yoru says, oh, by the way, I lied, Asa's going to be like, oh, tough noogies, I suppose. I guess we're going to have to share this body forever. Because honestly, Yoru has more riz than Asa. And that hurts me to say. But let's see. I'm not a loser like Denji. Yeah, you're a worse loser than Denji. You know how hard that is? Do you know how difficult that is? To be a worse loser than Denji? I thought it was impossible. I thought that was an unquantifiable feat. I would sooner believe that SpongeBob could stole the presents from DC than I would believe that you can be a bigger loser than Denji. But you, Asa, and your amazing ability have proved me wrong. That I contribute to this group somehow. Oh. Mitaka, is that a cell phone? You have one as a student? Yeah, it's technically my mom's. Does it have a signal? Do none of you have cell? When is this supposed to take place? I never actually thought of that. When is this supposed to take place? Because that's a flip phone. It's not even like a modern cell phone. I don't know. I'm legitimately trying to like quantify something, but I'm trying to figure out, was it ever stated when this takes place? Like they have computers and TVs. This can't be two. Like, I thought this was just set in modern day. Why does she have a flip phone? Why do they not all have cell phones? Whatever. You have one as a student? Well, yeah, it's technically my mom's. The mom that was put in the pack? Who's paying for it? Nah, legit though. Who's paying for it? But let's see. Do you have a signal? MRG. Oh. Had a bar for a second there. And a girl tracked down. At least Haruka's nice. At least he's supporting. That we can call for help from the DHs outside. Higher! The signal will be higher! Yeah, that's definitely her brother. I don't think it's her at this point. I thought she may have just gotten a haircut, but I think that is legitimately her brother. Though, admittedly though, if the same floor is above, then raising it higher wouldn't actually do you any good. You have to like find that perfect middle spot. Signal around here. Do high schoolers these days own cell phones? Yeah, this is definitely set sometime in the past, because like I cannot imagine finding a high schooler without a cell phone of some variety. Luckily for us, Mitaka's ahead of the times. Thank you. All we need to do is sit back and wait for rescue. I've never been so disappointed in another human being. Like, you ever have secondhand embarrassment? This is such bad secondhand embarrassment. It feels like firsthand embarrassment, bro. This is actively painful. Like, why did y'all try? And she just broke. Wow. You complain. You aren't a team player, and you fail to come through in the clutch. I expected better from you. I didn't. Because you see, May, I knew the truth. I knew the truth that you failed to see. So now you're stuck with her. Unless you can just kick her out. Maybe you can kick her out. Let's see. Oh, that's it? I mean, I ain't even gonna lie. I'm not drawing the blade for that. This chapter's kind of mid. Is that bad? Is that especially because I gotta wait 2 weeks for it? That chapter's kind of mid. What? Like, what even happened in this chapter other than further digging into the ground how useless Asa is? I mean, it introduced a I guess it introduced a new character with homie whose name we don't even get, the Kobeni knockoff whose name we don't even get. So I don't even know if that's true or if that's just like same face syndrome. But the dots are so oddly specific. I'm assuming it's a brother of some kind. And I'm not sure if she mentioned a brother or something like that in the previous series. Once again, Chicken Nugget, Chainsaw Man, equivalency, dunk, like 2 days. So I just generally don't remember. But I don't know. It's kind of mid. Like, indubitably mid. Like, unbelievably mid. Like, the mid is of the mid. And I mean, I guess, once again, the chapter succeeds in what it wanted to do, I'm assuming, which was make Asta unlikable, but... Okay. You did that last chapter. You did that last chapter and did more for at least establishing new stuff for Denji and stuff like that and showing how he's free of control. But like, I don't know. It showed us these characters were here and rehashed a chunk of the previous series that I'd argue was done better in the previous series. I feel like I'm gonna get flamed for this, but yeah, I'm not drawing the blade for that. The chapter wasn't worthy. But it wasn't bad. That's the thing. It did its job, but it did its job without any flair. I guess that's my thing. It did its job without any flair. So I'm not. It's not like I'm hating on it. Like I'm not gonna light up any of the sabers over there. But at the same time, I'm not gonna draw the blade for it. Just because it just didn't do much. I feel like this is the most like this is literally a 6 out of 10 chapter. Maybe 5. Maybe straight 5, just straight down the middle. Like, that's it. I don't know how to end this. Usually I'm so enthusiastic. But regardless, thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe. Make sure the notification will send out on any videos that come to the channel. Also, I do have a Patreon down below. Use my first low as $1. Count them $1 a month. Because exclusive videos, early content, and more. You guys become a member to the channel for as low as $3 a month. And make sure you get the same perks and more. Thank you so much for watching once again. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is that guy with the pencil, writing off.